I have hours and hours and hours of nonsense videos. Maybe we'll get to them one day, but not today. And other things. We wanted to have other plans for June, but this is what probably for a couple of minutes. Then I figured it out. Luckily, I take pictures of things some years ago when I had this intake off. Excuse me, it's dusty in here. It doesn't really matter. But I was looking at this LT. Well, this has it, that has it. Any roller 87 or up block that was drilled and tapped, you know, or you can, if it's not drilled and tapped, you gotta drill and tap. Luckily, mine is on a truck. I was looking at this, going, how does this go? You see the difference here? Elongated, elongated, not elongated, and a weird little semicircle. How does this go? And I'm flipping it around. Does it really matter? So I looked at a picture, and I looked at other pictures, then I looked at some wrong pictures, and I looked at my own pictures, how the car was set up. Both of them. Thing in the back. That's how it goes this way. That's what they did from the factory. From the front of the engine, elongated, elongated, solid. That's how it's installed. Not like this. You'll see some things on the internet, you'll see it installed like this on some magazines. Put it in backwards. This. It's gonna get a used one, but I just bought a new one because the used ones are all funky anyway. Then you gotta take all this crap apart just to go get it out in the hot sun, and no thanks. It's stamped like shit though, it wobbles. It wiggles. Possibly I'll have to do some bending, or when the bolts are down. And we'll do it. It's just 3 bolts. Big block one has 4. And that could be why, actually, why it has that hole over there. I'm not sure if it comes off the same stamping. I don't know. Maybe that's why. But cheap thing. Some people pay like $30 for these things. They're totally insane. You'll probably hear that in about 3 other videos that I'm going to produce. I don't know what's wrong with people. They like to overpay for things. Like $14 to $19 usually is an okay price for this. I wouldn't pay more than 20 bucks as a rip-off for a stamp thing. It's really like a $5 part. And now everyone's really making them now. Comp Cams, Jigs, Summit. But they make them in this expensive kit for $100. But that's how it goes, like that. Looking at pictures and looking at how I had this intake off. But yeah, now we got roller lifters today too. Oh no. What are we doing? Why don't you just put a stock flat tappet cam? Well, things are too much money. And the quality of lifters these days is trash. I got push rods too. Guess your length push rods. If they don't fit the truck, I could fit in this car, and I'll need slightly shorter ones for the truck. No big deal. Push rods are like bleeding in there. Not push rods, lifters. LS7 style. Oh no. LS7 style, yeah, I can go brag about it. So the big dilemma is a lot of things. Like living here is a big dilemma. Doesn't make anything easier. And then tuning the POS afterwards. Oh no. Oh no. I'm not too sure. LT1 spark tables, modified LT1 spark tables. You're gonna have some volumetric efficiency, like the VE or whatever. That's gonna be weird because it's gonna be pulling in more air and fuel, you know, because it has a little higher lift. So it's gonna throw off the factory settings. But apparently the Chevy truck ECM of 93, I think, or 94, 95, 93 might have been different, because that was, no, 93 might have been the same. I think it was 93 to 95. Because 93 was the first year of the 4L60E, and the, I think, or was it? The Chevy truck, or 94 was, I think 93 was. In 95 they did this with the PWM torque converter lockup. So yeah, that's going to be weird to figure that out. And it's going to need a custom chip. I got to get a piggyback thing from Motes and a couple chips, and hopefully I can read it. My Caprice friend apparently has a chip, but if they send it. Maybe I can read that one. It's for a 91 Caprice. The LT1. Only thing different from the 91 Caprice to the 94 truck was that these things had an intake air temperature sensor. I do not have that on the 94. And that's a 4L60E transmission, so it's going to have transmission tables in the tune. I will leave those alone. Maybe do a little compare contrast. Plug the numbers in from that one into what that was, and it might be close or a good starting point. I don't know. And hopefully it works out. Something we wanted to do since we were probably about 15, 16, however, no money, years old, and no money now either. We don't really spending too much. Things are a lot of money these days. We could have got these whole parts and everything for significantly less 2 years ago. But that's what we're up against. We want to make a video on that. I'm kind of rambling on about which way to put your spider and its update, but I kind of started a video showing it, so if you watched this far, I'm sorry, because I forgot all about what I was focusing the video on. But yes, again, the spider in your Chevy, the cutout back, solid, from the back, from the front, elongated, solid, front to back. Get it? That's how the OEM thing was. It doesn't matter though, it will go on either way. The same fingers are touching the same spot. See? Over there, open, staggered, longer, higher. But I like to do things crazy, so I gotta figure out tuning and stuff. I just want my truck back. I don't know, people blow up their car and then they just trade it in like the next day for something else newer. I couldn't do that. I couldn't do that at all. I always told people I need more vehicles actually. Cargo van, another pickup truck. I was looking at the prices of, oh man, but the price will come down when the economy crashes. Like 3/4 ton GMT 800 styles, like regular cab long bed, that's all they want. Sometimes you find them, some still have like okay miles on them, they're not too rotted, have like 100,000 miles on them, lower than that piece of junk outside that they just use for nonsense, here, there, everywhere, here, there, everywhere, here, there, everywhere, and then the thing will have 200,000 miles on it by next year. Yeah, they have like 100 or so on them, not too bad. 4L80E, 6 liter, well 6 liter, 4L80E, 410 gears, 4x4. And they're out there in weird colors. I don't think people like them because they're just stripper trucks with crank windows and manual locks. I don't give a shit. It's not rotted. That'd be cool to have though, 3/4 ton. Because it's heavy duty and it's a good scrapper truck. Just for a backup. Yeah, got no room here. So, what's the point dreaming about things and looking at stuff when you can't even have room for it anyway? Makes no sense. That's the deal with this spider thing. Hope it helps someone putting a roller thing on, because I probably won't cover it if I ever mess with the truck, so we're going to be too busy. No time for BS. It's in here, it's a thrash job, and back together. And let the RTV set up overnight.